You may write me down in a history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me down in the very dirt, and still like the dust I'll rise. Does my happiness upset you?
For thousands of years, overweight and obesity were exceptional, rarely seen and never studied. In some cultures, obesity was prized, indicating status and wealth. Only the richest had the means to become obese, and girth advertised wealth more effectively than the richest clothing or jewels.
I'll rise, I'll rise, rise, rise.
Meet 3-year-old Leslie Bowles, claimed to be the heaviest baby in the world. When he was last weighed, he turned the scales at 9 stone 2. He's grown a lot since then, but the trouble is that nowadays he refuses to be weighed at all. So we don't really know whether he's solid or hollow. In every way apart from his size, Leslie is normal. He can think, talk, and look after himself as well as any 3-year-old. He's in perfect health too, examined by the doctor every day, just to see that there's no fear of his bursting.
The English physician Tobias Venn was the first physician to use the word obesity in a medical context, called specifically for its treatment in his treatise in 1660. The main comorbidity linked to obesity is diabetes, a condition known to doctors since 1552 BC.
Shacks of history.
Stigmas of obesity include self-control of an individual, laziness, weakness, and parent blaming, especially mothers of obese children. A physical stigma of obesity is fatness. Only thin people are seen to be healthy and in shape. Stigmas of obesity are formed by mass medias. Girls are held at a stricter body standard due to gender norms. The BMI also stigmatizes obese people because a change in 0.1 you can go from overweight to obese. The mass media of the United States emphasizes body size rather than eating habits. As long as you look skinny, you're healthy.
Your eyes, and I'll rise, I'll rise.
Puberty is a complex process by which children develop secondary sexual characteristics and reproductive competence. Normal puberty is initiated centrally, with gonadal function being driven by increased gonadotropin-releasing hormone and gonadotropin secretion. Among other factors, adequate nutritional status appears to be requisite for the central initiation of puberty. Excess fat may also influence various aspects of pubertal development, such as the timing of pubertal initiation and hormonal parameters during puberty. These alterations may not be innocuous. For example, earlier puberty in girls appears to be associated with a higher risk of psychological problems, risk-taking behavior, and even future breast cancer.
The big question now is there an association between poverty and obesity?
General trends are people with a higher BMI was among the lowest income group in the lowest education group, then among those in the highest income and education groups. But trends have changed. The rate of increase in obesity over 2 decades was faster for higher income than education groups.
Obesity is the primary driver of chronic disease, a big contributor to diabetes, cardiovascular disease, stroke, and some cancers.
Low-income neighborhood, there's a different food environment. Not only do people make less money, they're surrounded by lower quality food, it's difficult to get fresh vegetables, and they're more stressed. And so it brings up this question of what degree of free will do people really have?
In 2008, healthcare costs stemming from obesity were estimated to be $147 billion. By 2030, 42% of Americans are projected to be obese, with costs for healthcare of $550 billion.